Hey, what's going on? Shout out to you for being a part of this video, a part of Vase. As on this channel, we are here to improve ourselves. Shout out to you for improving yourself as a man, as divine masculine, for being on the path of self-knowledge, for being on the path of working on yourself to heal yourself. All right, my channel is not about the red pill. It's about really healing that shadow side of yourself as a man, all right? Because we all have that shadow side, and someone has to really come out and help us just to guide us on this thing. So that's what this channel is about. Shout out to you for learning about yourself, all right? So in this video, never do this as a man, okay? This channel is not about red pill or bashful women. It's just things you don't do as a man that's gonna put you in a position to lose, okay? My channel is about winning, all right? It's about winning. So I'm here to put you in positions where you're not here to lose. I don't want you to lose. I want you to win. Okay, that's my whole goal, is to make you win, to make you good, to make you successful, to make sure you're safe. Okay, because women out here will mess you up. It's not saying like, oh, F all women. It's just saying like you need to take responsibility. I'm here to make you the winner. All right. So number one is to never lead with your income. Never lead with your pockets. Okay. If you got a lot of money, you're letting her know, hey, I make this money. You're always talking about money around her. What's gonna happen is like your value is only gonna be money. All right. It's only gonna be money. So where you are gonna let her down the day that you don't have money. All right. You don't want to look like an ATM to her, because when the ATM is empty, when the bank is empty, your value goes down, right? A lot of the times you heard the stories of women are with men and they still cheat and they go off with the Romeo, right? They go off with Romeo. Juliet and Romeo is a real thing, right? Juliet and Romeo, Romeo and Juliet. She will go off with her lover and still get money from a rich man, right? That's like, she will fall in love with the rich man, but not really fall in love and go off with the Romeo and Juliet, right? So she will use you for your money, and once you don't have no money, she'll find the man she really loves, right? And be around you with the money and still be with somebody else who she really loves, right? So money doesn't build true love. It gives women security, but you have to go deeper, right? Work on your personality, work on being grounded. Okay, so never lead with your income. Leading with the income is the worst thing you could do. Don't tell women days where you're not making no money, or it's just, this is more so beginner stages. Like if you're with a wife and, of course, but even then, statistically proven, right? This has been statistically proven. Most men, when they lose their job, it's on a clock for them to get a job, or else their wife will leave. This has been statistically proven. Okay, so women, they hate to hear their man not having no money. Like, it's just the best thing you could do is like really try to hold it until you really like have no choice but to tell her you ain't got no money. All right, if you don't got no money, just don't even tell her until you really have no money. Does that make sense? Because if you're telling her you have no money, right? You know what I'm saying? When you already let her with money, it's bad. Now, if you in the beginning and she already knows you ain't balling, then that's different, right? And you don't gotta lead with your wallet, because you know what I'm saying. So the whole goal is never start in the beginning that you have this crazy amount of money, because that's the main thing that's gonna hold her. The money, like how a relationship starts is how it ends. I'll say that again. How a relationship starts is how it ends. If you started with money, it's gonna end with money. You hear me? So I learned this the hard way, the bad way, the good way. Okay, so don't start it around money. Don't in the first date talk about fucking money, because it's gonna end like money. All right, talk about your personality. Talk about things you want. You know what I'm saying? Now you could dress nice, do that. That's cool, right? But again, like I won't ever tell her how much you make a month. I won't tell her how much you make the year. Don't do those things, because I seen it her saying, like, when she sees that you don't have no more money or this amount of money that she thought she does, it messes with her imagination. So be careful with that. All right. Number two, never be passive, right? As a man, you can never be passive, right? So if you're dealing with your girl or a beginner woman or a beginner girlfriend, if she going out with a man, right, and she said, oh, she's a friend, it's a friend, or this and that, it's a male friend, you gotta be assertive as hell, all right? Women don't like passive aggressive men, and they will test you. They will test you on that. All right, I'm here to let you know they will test you. All right, they will test you on that. They will see, okay, I'm gonna do something right here. I'm gonna see if he's really a man or if he's a simp. You don't think women know if a man's a simp or a man? You don't think they know that? But they're gonna test you on that. They're gonna see. Women love when a man puts her in her place. I have had women tell me this straight up. they'll be like, hey, I love it when you do that. And I'm like, damn, why don't you just listen? Just be like, hey, I just need to be put in my place. This is how women are in 2026. Even the conscious ones, even the religious, spiritual, all them. They're all like that, bro. New age. They're new age, bro. There's no, just like, it's all new age. So you gotta understand, you cannot be passive, right? Being passive or being stoic, like stoic is good, but you're still assertive, right? But don't think your passivity is gonna make her attractive. Most men are yes men. 80% of men that are in relationships are yes men. This has been statistically proven. How many statistics do I have to show y'all, right? So when you're a yes man, not only will she just not respect you, but you will lose your frame. She will have male friends who she goes on dates with and secretly flirt and micro cheat on you all the time. And she's just gonna look at you. She's gonna have you in the group chat, talk to you about her, talk to you about all, talk to you with her girlfriends, and just talk shit about you, man. You're just not gonna have no respect, right? The whole goal of being in a relationship with a woman is to have respect. Okay, of course you're gonna do it for other benefits as well. You want to grow a family, things like that, but you want her to respect you, right? When you're not around and she's with her friends, what does she say about you? Is she talking about the sex? You know, that's pretty good. But she's talking about, oh, this nigga's feminine. He's so feminine. He's always crying. He's always crashing out. That's what some women, I have women friends, and that's what they tell me sometimes. They'll talk about how they niggas is crashing out. Like, my damn, like, and it make them look bad. You don't want to be that nigga. You don't want to be the nigga that's crashing out, crying, passive, you know, like crashing out or being passive, or he's scared to say something. Like, don't use your voice, right? So never be passive. Now I'm not saying crash out. I'm not saying being aggressive. If a woman's like, hey, telling me like, hey, I'm gonna go out with my male friend, I'm gonna be like, no, you're not. Like the men were more logical. You direct her. You tell her what it is, right? If she's not listening to that, then you be like, okay, then this is not gonna work. All right. It might hurt me, but it's like, hey, love is gonna hurt. That's another thing as a man. Like you're gonna be in love, it's gonna hurt a little bit. But you cannot be afraid to be uncomfortable. You have to be uncomfortable, bro. Like you're gonna have to be uncomfortable. All right. So never be passive. Be okay with being uncomfortable. And the day she's well, the best thing I say, be ready. Right. When I say never be passive, the solution to that is be ready. All right, be ready 24/7. The day she tries you, you will be ready for that, my nigga. You will be ready. All right, so be ready 24/7. The day she tries you on some dumb shit. Now, she may never try you, but most women are gonna test you in some way. They might not test you with a male, but they may test you with respect. Right? If she disrespects you, you better tell her what it is, bro. Not in a mean way, not in a way where you're crashing out yelling. You assert yourself in a healthy way. Be like, I'm not doing this. This is not what we're doing. Right? If she gets this and that, blah, blah, boom. But she won't do it again. You see what I'm saying? But women, once they disrespect you and you don't do nothing about it, it's never going to stop. Let her know since the beginning. Right? That's why I say you have to start the relationship how you want. So you don't confuse her when you could become. A lot of y'all try to become alpha out of nowhere. Like you've been with your girl for 5 months, bro. She ain't gonna like respect you, bro. You just can't. You got to start off as a man. You know what I'm saying? So never be passive, bro. Ever. All right. Number 3 is never act perfect. Okay. This is very important. All right. A lot of women go into a relationship or a marriage expecting no issues. And that's because a lot of us, we try to act so perfect. So when the issues come up, she can't handle the issues. But if you tell her in the beginning, hey, I want to work through conflict with you. I want to work through these problems with you. I want to work through everything. I'm telling you, that works like a charm. All right. I know a relationship coach right now. Me and him are real close. Okay. He's an elder. He's 50 years old. He told me straight up. He said most men who marry a woman, the woman going into the marriage, the first year, with high expectations. They go in thinking it's going to be perfect. It's going to be all love and light. And that's why 80% of women initiate a divorce is because women don't expect problems. They don't expect conflict. They don't expect things to be bad. They don't. All men who got experience understand this in relationships. I'm not talking about just sex, but if you are a man who actually gets into relationships, you understand that's a fact. They don't expect problems sometimes, bro. All right. So unless they're really, really, really conscious, they will work through that conflict and they will be ready for conflict in a healthy way. Right. So never act perfect. Always let a woman know, like, hey, we're gonna work through our conflict and we're gonna have conflict. Let her know the reality. Don't get her out of that Lululand. Get her out of that fake imagination. All that fake imagination, the Lululand, the glamour, the love and light, all that is out of the window. All right. Okay, because what's gonna happen is, like I said, her expectations is gonna be unrealistic. Then The day y'all have an argument, the day y'all have a really bad conflict, she's gonna file a divorce, or she's gonna break up with you. She won't be able to handle it because she doesn't know what to expect. You know, you're the man, you're the leader, you're in the driver's seat. She's in the passenger seat. You're driving to the destination. So if she thinks you're driving to a perfect destination, she's gonna get out the car when she thinks there's gonna be a little conflict, right? But if you let her know, like, hey, I'm driving to this destination, it's not perfect. We might get into some bumpy roads, but we're gonna work through it. She's more prepared. So prepare your woman for conflict, for healthy conflict, for challenges, for shadow work. I like to call it shadow work. Prepare her for shadow work. Prepare her for everything. Do not go in like unprepared and thinking everything's gonna be all over light. That's dangerous, bro. All right. So again, never act too perfect. All right. Number 4, never cheat. Okay. As a man, or some men be like, oh, I thought this is a red pill channel. This is not a red pill channel. I'm not here to bash women. I'm here to empower the man. I'm here to make you know, to make you hip to the knowledge that's already out there. All right. So never cheat, because cheating, it takes away that masculine drive inside of you. When you cheat a lot, you got to understand, right? A real masculine man that's in his divine masculinity, he's honest as hell. He's like hyper honest. He's going to tell a woman everything. He's going to tell her, I want to be poly. I'm going to do this. Like, men do not hide shit. Real men don't hide nothing. They don't hide shit. So if you out here hiding things, bro, you are not a real man, bro. Like, you gotta hide. You gotta delete 5 conversations. You gotta delete this on your phone. You gotta no. That's a feline thing. That's what women do. That's what peasants do. You don't do those things, man. Never cheat as a man, bro. All right. I don't know if some people thought this was a channel where never cheat as a man. You have to be ethical to increase the nobility within yourself. Think of Master Chief from Halo. He was noble. He also made him powerful. He was noble. Think of Ogun, the nobility. All right, be noble as a man. That's what makes you have drive. That's what makes you have force. Be noble as a man. All right, so never cheat. Cheating just makes you look like a girl, like a cat, like a feline, sneaky cat. Men, a real masculine man is not scared of nobody. All right. He's not gonna hide things and be sneaky, because that means he's scared. If you're cheating, that means you're scared of something. You're scared of telling somebody the truth. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't do the ghetto red pill. Oh, I'm gonna know. Like, if you're gonna be poly, which I do not hate, I'm not here to convince people to what they want to do. If you want to be monogamous or polygamous, I respect both paths. Okay, I respect both paths. If you're gonna be polygamous, let her know. Just do that. There's lots of women who want to be. I've had women come up to me and tell me they want me to be polygamous. Facts, right? So shit, find a polygamous woman, be polygamous. That's better. You will always gain more respect than trying to hide and be a feline, sneaky man. Facts. Okay. So number 5, never feed her negativity. Okay, this one works like a charm. When you're dealing with a woman, right, there's gonna be moments where she's gonna be on her period, her cycle, pessimistic thoughts. You don't feed those pessimistic thoughts, right? And she's like, oh my God, I think you're cheating on me. La, la, la. I think you're always doing this. Don't be like, oh, look at you. La, la, la. Don't do that. All you got to do is reassure her. Be like, I'm good. I'm not going to cheat on you. I love you. Boom, boom, boom. And drown her with positivity. And then watch how it goes from 100 to 0. Women don't know how to close a big deal, right? When they make a big deal out of something, you notice that you can never really allow her to close the big deal. You have to be the one to shut it down. You have to shut it down by putting positive energy towards her pessimistic energy. Okay, so when she gets negative or pessimistic, when she, as a woman, you don't go in and be like, oh man, you don't argue with her. The best thing you could do is reassure her. A lot of the times, women, they have insecurities, right? They're very feminine. Like, femininity, when I look at the femininity, I look at somebody. Like, when I look at most femininity, I look at its flows, but it also has a lot of shadows. All right, feminine is like the dark internal side of you, the part of you that nobody sees. A lot of women have a lot of insecurities, okay? And even the more I've been with the most baddest bitches, man, like super bad, like red bone, everything. They were insecure as hell behind the scenes, bro. Facts. Right? And I'm surprised. I'm like, dang, girl, you pretty as hell. What the hell you insecure for? And I'm realizing this is normal, bro. All women, the baddest women are insecure. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's like, oh, you don't date them or they're bad. Like, everybody has insecurities. I have insecurities, right? I'm human. But it's like, when she has her insecurities, right, or her fears, don't argue with her fears. Just reassure her, put some positivity. Because I'm saying, women, they make a big deal out of everything. All right. You as a man, you're going to waste hours a day just with these big arguments and 3-4 hours a day arguing with her about this dumb stuff, trauma. All you got to do is reassure her and watch how you will have the more time in your day to work on your business, get money, work in the gym. Because all you got to do is every time she gets negative, be like, oh yeah, I love you, blah, 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 watch it go away. Especially if you're dealing with a chronic overthinking woman, man, you're going to solve all her issues and make her. Now, I'm not saying that if this woman is like obviously a pessimistic woman 24/7, and she's literally like a demon. If she's a demon, you gotta let her know. You gotta get out of there. I'm talking about like here and there, maybe once a week. Like she has a pessimistic behavior. Don't feed into it. Don't be like, oh, look at you. Don't be like, look at you, so negative. Because what it's gonna do is gonna grow the big deal, right? And then you won't be able to close it off. She won't be able to close it off, right? She will not be able to end the big deal, right? Women are not gonna end. They're not gonna be like, oh, okay, let's forget about it. We're gonna be good. They're not like that. When do women ever do that? When do women ever be like, okay, it's a big deal. Let's do it. No, you have to be the one to do it, and you could do it if you let her know, hey, I love you. I'm good. I'm never gonna cheat on you. I'm always gonna be loyal to you. Once you do that, watch her always be shit. She don't want to hear like all the negative, like you feed her, bro. Like she probably will like it because it's just fun and drama. But don't do it. Don't feed into the drama, the negativity, bro. Women are always gonna test you and try to get little negative responses from you, right? But she don't even know that all she needs is reassurance. Reassurance is like solves 80 to 70% of women's negative thoughts, right? You're gonna have to reassure her. A lot of men who are in healthy relationships, they go through that shit. They go through just having to reassure women all the time. Women are just, like I said, they need a safe spot, and it's like I let her know, like, hey, I'm gonna reassure you, I got you. Just reassure her, and you have a lot more time. Don't get in your ego and be like, hey man, I don't gotta. She should be able to do that herself, bro. Like, just reassure her, bro. You know what I'm saying? So once you mature as a man, I said this again, once you mature as a man, you will understand what I am saying. Okay. So besides that, family, you already know what time it is. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys want more. Signing out. Love y'all.